What else we got? We got oh my gosh.
What?
The mistress has been found.
Oh, yeah.
The mistress has been found. I want to get his name right. I don't want to butcher it. Ime Udoka or Udukos or something.
I think it's. I'm not even.
I think it's Ime Udoka. I think that's what
Udokas.
Udokas?
Like,
okay, all right.
Look, my African brothers and sisters, yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
My bad.
You know what I mean? But hey, we found her. PIs, private investigators. What's the
Wait, is this really
what's the bounty hunters? What's the dude's name? The black guy, the bounty hunter. What's his name? Famous. He famous. Who's the
You talking about the YouTube dude?
No, bro. He had his own TV show. Something the bounty hunter. Boom, boom. Anyways, you know.
Dog the bounty hunter?
Yeah, something. That black guy.
I don't say it. You
somebody, bro. I thought it was a black. Somebody.
No, he
tried to look like he black.
America's Most Wanted. Whatever that dude's name is.
All the time.
You know what I mean? But she's been found, guys. We caught her. We found out who she was. Team service manager, Kathleen. I ain't gonna give y'all her middle name, but Lynch, 34-year-old. She's been found. And yeah, so what they do say is she was a team service manager, and then they also say she was related to somebody up higher. And
some servicing.
You know, so the question that a lot of people want to know, we all want to know, if she's going to face any repercussions for her involvement in this, which is so crazy, like within this breach of contract affair within the organization. What do you all think is going to happen?
To be honest with you, if something were to happen, I doubt they'll report it. It's probably going to be buried.
Yeah,
if they do report it, it's going to be, it's probably going to be like barely touched on, or like when we don't care about it anymore. Unless, I don't know if they already did something, but like I said, I don't think we're really going to know much of. I mean, is she married? Like,
yeah.
She's married?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Yeah. She's married. And I think she's married or the girlfriend of a higher up.
Higher up in the organization?
In the organization. I think that's what they were saying.
So if that's the case, isn't that a breach of company
Yes,
guidelines?
so it is breach on both parties, and you know, as they want to portray on ESPN, allegedly, you know, they keep using this alleged word, but they sat here and tried to throw my man through the fire, which is some bullshit.
So wait, that's why we know about this, because it was a higher up in the organization. He probably leaked it.
Yeah, he probably found out and got upset and leaked it himself.
But I'm like, how are you gonna leak it when you're also breaking guidelines if you're in a relationship with which is actually much worse because you're a higher up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably because he wanted some petty get back.
And it was so crazy because it was like he done made this happen within the first year of him working for that organization.
Damn.
Like he went in there like, damn, who is that?
You know what I think it is? I think he probably known, and then they lost. I was like, I mean, you made it, but you didn't win the chip. So, you know what I mean?
So you saying if they won the championship, it doesn't get out?
Championship, this wouldn't be out here right now.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I honestly believe if they won the championship, because they wouldn't want to ruin that. I mean, obviously they made it, but if they won, it would be like, okay, how can we sweep this under the rug? Like,
and it's so crazy because, like, we're talking about the Boston Celtics organization.
Yeah,
it's certain organizations in sports that no breach should ever happen. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, the Patriots. Robert Kraft sat here and did that shit in that all season, and it went right under the rug.
Yeah,
he went right back to sitting here being an owner.
That's crazy.
That is true. Yeah.
Like that's just really insane. Like
it's crazy because it's the status. It depends on what status you have.
Yeah.
Like shit. Look at the Brett Favre situation.
Yeah.
Depends on what status you have.
And that's another thing. Brett Favre, like, I mean, well, we're in October.
Yeah.
So it's like, does this go under the rug by Christmas time? Yeah. Can we open up our presents knowing that somebody lost something because we got somebody over here still on welfare?
No, people don't even talk about it anymore like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm like,
ain't nothing, no charges, no nothing.
Like, to be honest with you, this essentially the grand scheme of things, this really doesn't matter. Like
It has
outside of
nothing to
breaking
do with
company-
football.
Yeah,
I mean basketball.
Yeah, outside of breaking company guidelines, of course, if you break company guidelines, you break company guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't. They have guidelines for a reason. Follow them. But outside of that, this really doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with anybody.
He's
But in
only
that-
under suspension, right?
So the suspension was they suspended him for a whole NBA season, including the playoffs if they make that this year. And then it's just so crazy because he's replaced by the assistant coach, who's another black man. And it's not crazy that he's a black man, but what I'm saying is that even people like it was just so crazy during that time where Ime Udoka, whatever it is that he did. And then what they tried to do, and this was the one girl, Malika Andrews, and people were on her on Twitter.
Yeah.
But she tried to talk about, what happened to that assistant coach when he was in his college days and stuff like that. And she said this on national TV. And it's like, what does this have to do with his career as a coach?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with him as a
Not
coach.
him as a character.
Yeah, and it was just like, wow, you really aired out that personal information where it may have really not been no personal information. Like people have probably they probably knew about it where he was coaching at or whatever, or wherever he was at school at. But it's like you say that on a network that millions of people are watching.
Wait, what did she say about him?
So she was talking about, don't quote me on this because I remember it, but it was like 2 weeks ago. But she was basically talking about how he had a battery charge that was dismissed. And she said something else, but I'm like, so you did homework on some shit that was dismissed.
But if it was dismissed, that means
Why are we talking about it? Like, why are we talking about it?
because you already know how that is. Like, even if it's dismissed and you're proven not guilty, then whatever case it be,
Whether
to
you
dismiss the
say,
case,
yeah.
they'll still hold you to that.
But I'm
will.
more so looking at it like he's an assistant coach. This will be his first time coaching. How does he prepare in a new role, which is a assistant coach, with trying to get the Eastern Conference champions back to the NBA championship?
Yeah.
So him doing some other stuff that happened outside of him being an assistant coach, how does that end up on ESPN?
Yeah.
Like,
This
so,
is bitter.
and it's just so crazy. Like we said, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago in the episode when we were talking about this when we first found out. How does somebody's personal life have to do with their job? Like, how does, and we've never seen this happen before, but how does conduct policy actually get released to the public? Usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's just usually like, okay, somebody went against policy.
Yeah.
This is what their suspension
Usually
is.
keep it in the
In the organization.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody leaked it. Like,
And
honestly,
nowadays everything's getting leaked though.
Yeah, right. I mean, shit's crazy. Like,
now, like I said, if they won the championship, they would not be hearing about this.
Wouldn't be in
But
it.
I don't think so.
okay, okay, we're gonna move on from Steph's point. So basically, Celtics to redeem themselves, they got to win the ship
You
this
gotta
year,
win
right?
it. Well, I mean, if you win the chip, they probably ain't gonna hire him back.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
That's true.
So
extend
it's
his
kind of, you know what I
suspension.
mean? It's like, damn, you win, we
But-
don't need you.